Math 102, example 1.8.1. Now we're going to look at symmetry. In this class, we're going to look at three types of symmetry: x-axis, y-axis, and origin. Now for all of these, we're going to look at the graph. So for x-axis symmetry, if you can fold along the x-axis and the two sides match up, then we say it has x-axis symmetry. Similarly for y-axis, if we fold along the y-axis and the two sides match up, it will have y-axis symmetry. Now origin's a little bit different. This time we're going to turn the paper upside down. So here, if I turn it upside down, it will still look like the same graph, and so it will have origin symmetry. All right, so here I've got some pictures below, so let's see what type of symmetry they have. So A here is my graph, and if we look at that one, if we fold on the x-axis, those two sides will match up. The second one, I've got this lovely parabola shape, and here if I fold on the y-axis, those two sides will match up. I've scrolled down to C. Now here, that's a circle. That will be symmetric about the x-axis. However, it's also symmetric with the y-axis. And if I turn it upside down, it also looks the same. So this also has origin symmetry. It is possible to have all three. Now, examples D and E. I have a graph, but I don't have a picture. So in that case, let's get up our calculator and let's graph that. So let's graph 8x. Remember to hit the little caret key for power. So 8x to the 7th minus 9x cubed. So once we've got that in, let's hit graph and let's see what the picture looks like. So if you look at that, that looks like origin to me. And again, that graph looked something vaguely like that. Now that last one, e, y equals 4x minus 1, that is a linear function, which we can hopefully graph by hand at this point. But once again, we can use the graphing calculator if we need help as well. Now, be a little bit careful. If you turn that upside down, it will look very similar, but instead of going down one, it will look like we've gone up one. Now, as mathematicians, close isn't good enough. It's got to be exact. So this actually has no symmetry. So as it happens, there are actually 5 possible results. We can have x-axis individually, y-axis individually, and origin individually. We can have all three, as we saw in example C, and we can also have no symmetry, as we've seen in this last part.